Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Sullivan Show. Come on mate. Yeah, welcome to the Sullivan Show. Well, I have got I got a parcel through the post of a box set. I'm not sure if it's this big, I'm not sure, but yeah, I ordered this because I've been after it for a while. It's another one for my Ultravox collection. Ultravox have been releasing a number of super deluxe box sets. I have two. Well, I have three now. I have the amazing Lament one, which is, I say it's amazing. I don't like it in a sense, I'll tell you in a minute. And I have the Quartet one, which I really love. The Quartet one's in a 12-inch sort of box. This one's in the 12-inch box, but the Lament one is in the clamshell box, which it just doesn't fit in with this set. I wish they just sort of keep them all uniformed and keep them all kind of like similar, but unfortunately they haven't with that one. But I believe I think they might have released it in that sort of box originally, but I might have been too late to the party. Unfortunately, I never picked up Rage of Eden. I've missed out on that one. I would love to get that one, and I've missed out on Vienna. They're the other two sets that they've released as Super Deluxe. But the end of last year, they released this one, which is the collection. Now, the collection was a best of. It was like a collection of singles and sort of like fan favourite sort of tracks, and they released a 14-track album, and it sold millions all over the place. It was a really popular sort of compilation album. It was one place to get everything that you knew of Ultravox in one sort of in one little package. And people went out back in the day, and I think that might came out around 84, 85, 86, that sort of time. People around that time bought best ofs because they were out everywhere, and they were a good way of getting some of the best catalogue without having to say if you're upgrading from CD to from vinyl to CD, because obviously CDs came out. It was expensive CDs were bloody expensive back in the day. And you're thinking, I can't afford to replace all my vinyl. So when they released the collection, I think everyone rushed out and bought it. I didn't. I can't remember actually owning it. I don't think I did, because I bought the albums. I had all the albums of Ultravox. So this is sort of like a new one to me, so it's cool. It's a great one because it's going to be a good one to have all the sort of songs on that together. Anyway, it's arrived, so we're going to unbox it. So let's not waste any time. Let's have a deep down look at Ultravox, the collection. So here we are, guys. Here is the box it come in. Now, I ordered it from Juno. Now, I don't know if you've ever ordered from Juno. Juno, they really, here's the thing, they had this like this wrapped in bubble wrap and in the black cover over the top, which is to protect it from the weather. How amazing is that? Now, Juno are incredible. Now, they might be a tiny little bit pricey than some of the other sort of sites out there that sell box sets, you know, like Rare Waves or Chalky's UK, something like that, but they look after you. I mean, it's come in an amazing box here. It was all wrapped up and it was bubble wrapped, protecting it for you. And it was next day. I ordered this on Monday. It arrived yesterday. And so it's really cool. And it comes in a really nice sealed box. So it's looked after. So let's open it and have a look at it. This is my first time seeing it along with you guys. So they do have really good packaging. So like I said, they might be a tiny tad pricey, like a couple pounds more. Now I've seen this was going for sale on eBay. Some people were selling it from about 60 to about 68, 70 pound. Juno was selling it for 65. So they were kind of in the middle, if you like. Sorry about this. And I thought, and it was free next day delivery. So the delivery wasn't charged. So the other one that was 60 was charging like about £5 postage, so it still come to 65 quid. So I thought I'm going to go with Juno because I've ordered through them before and they've all been awesome, apart from one. My T-Rex box set came a bit damaged, but they were really cool. They gave me a little bit of a refund on it. So here we are. Here is our Ultravox set. Let's try and take it out the right way. So it comes with an invoice, obviously, and we will take it out of the box the right way up. Now, do you remember the cover? When you see the cover, you think, oh my god, I remember that cover. Yeah, this was like one of the sort of best selling, I think, greatest hits for a long time around that sort of period. And I'll say I never actually bought it because I had all the albums on vinyl and CD. As you know, back in the day, in the 80s, my bands were Gary Newman, David Bowie, Japan, Ultravox. It's the sort of bands I liked back in the day. And of course, I was really attracted to, obviously, Ultravox because Billy Currie in the band, who was a part of Gary Newman's band and Tubeway Army. So, of course, I had to like Ultravox. The fact is that I loved Ultravox anyway. So here it is. This is the Super Deluxe edition of the collection by Ultravox. It was released, like I said, 2025, the end of the year. This one has 4 CDs and 2 Blu-ray box sets, 109 tracks, 19 previously unreleased, 2025 remaster of the original best of album, plus collection 2 with a further 14 singles. So you've got the collection, which is the original album, 14 tracks being remastered, plus they've now got the collection 2, which is 14 other singles that were not on the original collection. So you've got 2 albums in there, if you like, if you will. And also has alternative and unreleased versions, 19 B-sides collected together on one disc for the first time, a 10 newly created extended remix by Major and Stephen Wilson and others. So it's got a remix disc of extended remixes of some of the tracks. And you've got 2 Blu-rays with over 4 hours of promo videos and BBC TV appearances, 4 hours plus. I was told it's actually more likely around about 6 hours. So that's pretty cool, right? And on the back here we've got the full set list of the albums, and it's not an open lid one, it is a slide-in one. So we will open this and we will get into the set. Well, obviously we're going to try and preserve the hype sticker. Be careful, Joff, because that nearly ripped the hype sticker. I don't want to do that. So if I can try and very carefully grab this bit here and just take it down here. There we are. So let me go and try and preserve the hype sticker. I might reposition it on here rather than covering the image of the band. Lovely, that's come off nicely. Wondering if that will squeeze on here. That might be quite nice, eh? There we are, look at that. That's better there, isn't it? So there we go, we've got the hype sticker. Here's a hard box, really cool. So we'll take out the contents, we'll pop this aside. Oops, daisy, this is the one with the CDs. The CD is just falling out. That's the thing with these sets, aren't they? This happens quite frequently with these. Let me have a little look. Where does that go? That goes in there, and I believe this one goes in there. So there we are, they're all in the right place. So each cover has a different member of the band on the front. So we will go through the CDs first. I believe there is a booklet with it in here. In fact, it's set out like an LP with the lyrics and I believe there is 2 booklets. I think there's a booklet to do with the actual box set, and one is like a replica, maybe like concert program. So once again, we'll pop that to the side and we'll have a look at that in a minute. But we want to go through these discs, don't we? So you can see what the tracks are on this disc. How are we doing for light? Not too bad. If it gets any darker, I'll put the light on. CD1. So it's got Billy Curry on the front there. I thought they would have had Major, but there we are. And there we go. And on CD1, the tracks you have on the CD1 is Dancing with Tears in My Eyes, Him, The Thin Wall, The Voice, Vienna, Passing Strangers, Sleepwalk, Rip the Wild Wind, All Stood Still, Visions in Blue, We Came to Dance, One Small Day, Love's Great Adventure, and Lament. And that's all the tracks that are on CD1. It just says Ultravox CD1. Very cool. So we'll pop that in its little... Where was that from? Here. Okay. CD2. And we've got Midge on the front there. It's the same. Yeah, it's all uniformed. I like that. So CD2, we have the tracks on here. So these are different. This is the collection 2. We have All Stood Still alternative version, The Thin Wall, Stephen Wilson single mix, Serenade 2025 single mix, White China Stephen Wilson remix edit, Brilliant, Same Old Story, Him alternative version, New Europeans from the Moment from Eden live EP, Rise live, it's not Rise live, it's just called live, Lament alternative version, All Fall Down radio edit, All in One Day radio edit, and alternative version of Vienna. So it does have some of the tracks are on CD1, but they're different versions of it. Plus you do have singles that were not on the original album. So that's quite cool. I like that. Disc 3. Now this is the remixes. So this is the special disc that's got all different sort of remixes on there of like extended tracks. So you got Him, Stephen Wilson 12-inch version, Sleepwalk Stephen Wilson 12-inch version, The Thin Wall Stephen Wilson 12-inch version, Visions of Blue Stephen Wilson 12-inch version, Rip the Wild Winds 12-inch remix, Love's Great Adventure, Blank and Jones reconstruction, All Stood Still Major 12-inch, New Europeans extended remix, Same Old Story 12-inch remix, and Serenade 12-inch remix. So it's all like extended versions, and some have been remixed by Stephen Wilson, which is very cool. Disc 4 I think is going to be our B-sides. So this is the B-sides of the singles gathered together for the first time. You have Waiting, Passionate Reply, Her Ex, Auslar, Keep Talking, cassette recording during rehearsal, I Never Wanted to Begin, Path and Angels, Hosanna, Monument, Break Your Back, Overlook, Easterly, Building, Heart of the Century, which is an instrumental, Man of Two Worlds, I think might be an instrumental, 3, All in One Day, instrumental, Dreams, and Stateless. So that's pretty cool. It's like a whole new album there, which is going to be amazing. Really, really cool. Chris Cross there, rest his soul. So we've got that one. So they are the CDs. We've got CD4, which is down here. No, we've been through that, sorry. That one, is that CD3? Yeah, so they are the CDs. So then we've got 2 Blu-rays. So Blu-ray 1, I think, is all the promo videos on Blu-ray. Yeah, these are the promo videos. So on this you have the promo videos for Passing Strangers, Vienna, The Thin Wall, The Voice, Rip the Wild Wind, Him, Visions of Blue, We Came to Dance, One Small Day, Dancing with Tears in My Eyes, Lament, Love's Great Adventure, Same Old Story, All Fall Down, and Rise. And then you have additional videos on there of Vienna live in St Albans 1985, no 1980, sorry, Sleepwalk live in St Albans from 1980, Vienna uncut version, Rip the Wild Wind extended version, Visions of Blue uncensored version, the Thin Wall Stephen Wilson single mix. These are videos, not just music. Dancing with Tears in My Eyes piano version, Quartet Australian Electronic Press Kit August 1982, Extended Special Remix Part 1 and 2, and the Collection TV advert. So you've got all the promo videos of the singles, and you have some live stuff and some unreleased stuff there on visual as well. Fantastic. So this is going to be the BBC stuff on Blu-ray 2, which is on a Blu-ray, which is region 0, region 3, guys. So this is at the BBC. You have Sleepwalk, Top of the Pops, Vienna, Top of the Pops, All Stood Still, Top of the Pops, Thin Wall, Top of the Pops, The Voice, Top of the Pops, Him, Top of the Pops, We Came to Dance, Top of the Pops, One Small Day, Top of the Pops, Dancing with Tears in My Eyes, Top of the Pops, Lament, Top of the Pops, The Love's Great Journey, Top of the Pops, Mine for Life, The Old Grey Whistle Test, Visions in Blue, The Old Grey Whistle Test, Him, The Old Grey Whistle Test, Billy Curry Interview from Riverside, Him from the Kenny Everett Show, Him from the Oxford Road Show, Visions of Blue from the Oxford Road Show, I Remember from the Oxford Road Show, Major Interview from Science Topics, One Small Day from the Oxford Road Show, Man of Two Worlds from the Oxford Road Show, White China from One for the Road, Dancing with Tears in My Eyes from One for the Road, Love's Great Adventure from Saturday Swap Shop, Same Old Story from Wogan, and All Fall Down from Wogan. So there we are. It's all the performances from the TV, which is really, really cool. What do I think is missing? We'll get to that in the next bit. So let's not waste any time. We'll get through now and have a look at the books that come with the actual set. So if we remove that and we pop that there. So this is really nice. They set it out just like an LP with the lyrics for the songs in there and a picture of the band in the back. And it comes with 2 booklets. We have one big 12-inch booklet, and we have another 12-inch booklet. So we'll go through both of these booklets, which is going to be cool. So let me line these up a bit better. Maybe if I bring this down slightly. There we go. Lovely. Right, so here we go. This is book 1 then. This looks like it's got covers from the actual singles and possibly lyrics. Wonderful photographs from promo videos with sort of lyrics from all the tracks. We have Vienna. Very cool. Nice little booklet. Again, it's nothing revolutionary. I remember this cover. It's nothing revolutionary. It's not bringing anything really new to the table. Like I said, we've got the song lyrics here, which we don't need because they're in here. You know, so that's a little bit. Or is this the lyrics? No, this isn't the lyrics. Forgive me. This is a breakdown of every track. Now, I would have preferred those to have been lyrics and a breakdown to every track in the book. But there we are. They've done it this way around. So that's a breakdown to every track that's on this album. 109 tracks. That's the cover from The Voice. Rip the Wild Wind. Him. Great live track. And Visions of Blue. We Came to Dance. One Small Day. So that's that first book. So if we slip that over there, we can have a look at the second book, which could be just a second part of this, really. Yeah, there we go, Dancing with Tears in My Eyes. So it's just, they've broken down the lyrics over to 2 books, which, okay. We've got some sort of like, I remember Lament extended mix 12-inch there, which is okay, but this could have been done in 1 book, and the other book could have been maybe interviews with the band. It doesn't look like the band have had any input to this collection. There's some amazing photographs though. Very cool. Really nice books, but yeah, did it need this? Probably not. This would have been a better style of booklet, but that's okay. Like, you got to understand, this isn't an album as such. It's a best of. It's a compilation album. It's not like an album of like new music. It's their way of. But they've done some cool things like this. The Thin War here. It says Ultravox Thin War Stephen Wilson single mix. So they've almost got its own little cover, which I quite like. And here we have the famous sort of tape boxes. So they are the 2 books that come in the set. Like I said, they're nice, but they don't bring nothing to the actual thing. Like I said, they could have done all that in 1 book, and maybe have had a book of interviews with the band or stuff like that. But we'll get to that in a minute once we've popped everything away. So it comes with that wonderful there, and there we have our CDs in there, and they will all slip nicely into our hardback box. Very similar to the other box sets, especially the quintet one. This is very similar. And there we are, guys. That is a close look at the new super deluxe release of Ultravox, the collection. Wow, it's got dark since I started the video. In fact, what's happened is it's raining. You may hear it on the window. It's actually raining. So there we are. That is Ultravox, the collection, the super deluxe edition, released here by Chrysalis Records. I'm not sure how much input the band have actually had on this release. I'm not sure. Is it a cash grab? I would say no. And who is it aimed at? I would say to someone that likes Ultravox, but doesn't necessarily want to get all the old back catalogue, but love the singles. This is perfect. Now, I don't know if they re-released it as a single disc or as a single 2 discs, maybe with some mixture of tracks from the other discs. I don't know. Like I said, I got this because I was just browsing, because I was actually looking for Rage of Eden super deluxe, and the only one I could find was in America, so I didn't go for that. But this one was available here in UK, £65, free postage, next day delivery. And I love Ultravox. I love Ultravox. So it's just really cool to get. Could it have been better? Hell yes, it could have been. 2 things. Firstly, the books. I love the setup. I love that they've done the same as my quintet box set with the LP cover like this, with the 2 books inside, which is really nice. But the books themselves, a little bit of a wasted opportunity. Like in the gatefold, you have all the tracks down of that are on each release, and in the 2 books you've got lyrics and sort of like some original sort of single covers and some new adapted ones. What I think they could have done better in the gatefold, just put picture collage of the band in there, like a nice picture, even a live shot from there. And in book 1, do that. Put all the lyrics and those covers in book there. Book 2, have the breakdown track by track of each song, readable, not in those tiny little rhymes, readable, with some pictures, and break down the musicians, where it was recorded, who's on it, who produced it. Do that in nice large writing, so because I like to sit down when I'm listening to it and get that out and read about the recordings. but it's so small, I'm going to have to sit there with my glasses on, which I don't really want to do. But anyway, that's how I would have done the booklets. How else could this do better? No live stuff. I'm sure they would have toured the collection. I'm sure they would have toured it. But it's lack of live stuff. Yes, there's the BBC performances, so you've got some live performances of the Old Grey Whistle Test on Blu-ray, and I think the radio show thing, whatever it's called, I think they might have been live as well. But there's no live audio sort of CDs in there, which it kind of lacks, because the other sets have had live material in it. So I'm sure there was a concert around this time that they could have probably fitted in there, but there we go, they haven't. And I'm surprised, I know it's going to sound weird, I'm surprised they didn't put the Live Aid performance on there. And that's another thing they could have added onto the Blu-ray, would have been the Live Aid performance, because that was transmitted over the BBC, and it was fantastic. I think they did Dancing with Tears in My Eyes, they did Vienna, I can't remember now. It's been a long time since I've seen it, and I do have it on my DVD. But yeah, really, really cool set still. Amazing set. What an incredible track listing. When you read off their singles collection, you just think, my word. You know, Dancing with Tears in My Eyes, Rip the Wild Wind, as it is out there, Vienna, you know, All Stood Still, Sleepwalk. All these amazing tracks, and you forget how many good songs and how many good singles Ultravox had done. They were incredible, really cool band. How would I describe them? I wouldn't put them in the semi-new romantic, but to me they're more art rock. I would put them alongside things like Talking Heads, Japan, Talk. What I would class as art rock. I will be doing an art rock album one day. Who knows, this might be in it. 10 recommendations of art rock. Keep your eyes open if you're interested in that. To me, they belong in that category rather than the Duran Duran sort of category. I think they're more, I don't want to put Duran Duran down or nothing, but I think they're more sophisticated. I think bands like Ultravox, Gary Newman, Talk, Japan were more sophisticated for the maturer listener that liked things a little bit different, not just to be a pop hit. Because singles were huge in the 80s, and some bands relied on single. Duran Duran did some amazing singles, but their albums weren't as crafted as Japan or Ultravox, you know. And when you listen to Ultravox albums prior, the Majora era, the John Fox, they're very art rock. You can hear things like Roxy Music, bit of post-punk going on. So really cool. So I'm so glad to have this in my collection. So I now have 3 amazing box sets from Japan. I've got Japan on the brain, from Ultravox, but I do really want Rage of Eden. Yes, I want Vienna, but Rage of Eden is my favourite Ultravox album, and I still don't have it. Massive shout out to you all. Look after yourselves, and a big shout out to my lad.